Imagine this, two of the fastest drivers in drag racing, locked in a head-to-head battle where the margin between victory and defeat is measured in thousandths of a second. That's exactly what happened at Night Under Fire, where Ron Capps didn't just win a race, he became the first ever King of Nitro. But here's what really grabs me, this wasn't just about speed. It was a masterclass in strategy, psychology, and the unspoken rivalry between teammates who've spent years pushing each other to the edge. Personally, I think the most fascinating part isn't the numbers on the scoreboard, but the story behind the numbers. How did Capps and Maddi Gordon, two of the most competitive racers in the sport, end up in a match race that felt like a coronation for one and a coming-of-age moment for the other? Let's break it down. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, drag racing? Isn't that just cars going fast? But this isn't your average drag strip. The King of Nitro format was a wild experiment, 4-car shootouts in Top Fuel and Funny Car, with the winners facing off in a $100,000 final. And here's the kicker, they had to adjust for the inherent speed difference between Top Fuel and Funny Car. Race officials staggered the Christmas tree by 0.180 seconds, giving Capps a head start. To me, that's not just a technical adjustment, it's a psychological game. It's like telling a sprinter, you get a 0.1 second lead, but we'll still measure your time against the other runner. How do you balance that? It's genius, but also a massive risk. What if the underdog uses that delay to their advantage? Well, Maddi Gordon came within a hair of doing just that. Her 3.733 second pass at 338 miles per hour was insane. But Capps, with his NAPA Auto Care Funny Car, leaned into the challenge. He didn't just win, he proved that even with a disadvantage, you can still dominate if you're willing to gamble. Let's talk about the crew chiefs for a second. Dean Guido Antonelli, Capps' crew chief, didn't just tweak the car, he redefined the rules of the game. He said, "We're testing it right now in the final against Maddi," and that mindset is what separated them. It's not just about building a faster car, it's about building a car that can handle the pressure of a high-stakes, one-off race. And that's where the real artistry lies. You can't simulate that in practice. You can't train for the exact conditions of a staggered tree, a packed crowd, and the weight of a $100,000 prize. It's chaos, and yet, Capps thrived in it. I mean, how many drivers can say they've had a car put them in the trunk and take off at 333 miles per hour? That's not just a win, it's a moment etched into the history of drag racing. But here's what's even more interesting. This wasn't just about Capps. Maddi Gordon's performance was a revelation. She beat Clay Millican and Doug Kalitta, two legends of the sport, in a shootout. And then she faced her mentor, her teammate, her rival. She didn't just come close, she set a personal best, ran 338 miles per hour, and left the crowd speechless. Yet, she called it a collective victory. "We are two cars, one team," she said. That's not just corporate speak. That's the future of motorsports. Teams aren't just about winning, they're about building a culture, a legacy. RCM's first year as a two-car operation didn't just produce a champion, it proved that collaboration can outshine individual glory. What does that mean for the future? If other teams start adopting this model, we might see more of these kinds of showdowns, more drama, more unpredictability, and more fans glued to their screens. And let's not forget the fans. Capps mentioned the crowd was packed, and that's no accident. Drag racing has always been about the spectacle, but this event turned it into a full-blown theater. From the staggered tree to the high-speed passes, every element was designed to entertain. But here's the thing, when you watch a race like this, you're not just seeing a competition, you're witnessing a story. A story of rivalry, of teamwork, of pushing human limits. And that's what makes this moment so special. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a casual viewer, there's something here that resonates. It's not just about who's faster, it's about who's bolder, who's willing to take risks, and who's ready to embrace the chaos of a one-time showdown. So, what does this mean for the future of drag racing? I think we're about to see a new era, one where the line between sport and entertainment blurs, and where every race feels like a movie climax. And if that's not exciting, I don't know what is.